Hey YouTube, so I'm back with the second part of my video for the story, and I said that I would let you guys know about the job because my job plays an important part in the story. So about the job, before the accident, I have been working there for about 3.5 years. So at my job, when you get hired, the only thing you get is 8 hours of personal time and a small wage increase. So after a year, you also get 2 weeks of vacation time. And with the personal time has to be earned. Like for each quarter, you have to be there every day on time. You can't leave early and you can't be late. And you can use vacation time to cover days that, well, you have to put your vacation time in like 48 hours before you take the vacation time. But if you use vacation time, it doesn't count against your attendance. So I was working on, oh my goodness, I think I was working on like my second personal day. After 3 years, like you can get a total up to 5 personal days a year. Like if you have perfect attendance for the whole year, you get an extra personal day. So I believe I was working on an extra personal day, and I actually missed it because of the accident. I was so close. So I didn't get my personal time. What else? So okay, back to the story. I was off for 3 months. Within those 3 months, I was going to go see a chiropractor twice a week. I was referred to a neurosurgeon and a lawyer. So for I was seeing my neurosurgeon every three months, and they said that I could, how did they put it? That I was a good candidate for the surgery. Like I needed surgery, and I've been putting it off because I didn't want nobody cutting on my back. Like I don't want nobody cutting on me, period. So I kept putting it off, and it just got worse. Like at first it was okay because I was still able to walk around. I was able to get around even with the pain. Like the pain would come and go, but when the pain came, it was like either down one leg or down both my legs. I would get numbing in my toes, numbing in my feet, and it really bothered me. It kept me awake sometimes, when I was trying to sleep, and it bothered me sometimes. Like when I drive or if I sit down for a long period of time, it really just bothered me. And over time, it was getting worse, and it was getting worse, and it was getting worse. And after a year, they still saying, "You sure you don't want the surgery?" And I'm like, "No, I really don't." He was like, "Well, I still have to see you. So if you decide to change your mind, let me know." So this is after a year, and so one day I woke up and I had a calf spasm, like so bad. I was about to cry. So I'm massaging my calves like, oh my gosh, this hurts so bad. Before I could finish massaging that one out, I got a calf spasm on my other leg. So I'm like sitting up there like, is you kidding me? Like I was in so much pain. I'm like, okay, so now I'm getting calf spasms. Like that really hurt. In both legs, that really hurts. So I was still working. I eventually, at my job, we had 2 different parts of the company. One side deals with making the actual parts, and the side that I worked on dealt with assembling 2 different parts to make one part using the press machinery. So when I went back to work, made sure, I didn't miss no days. So I can get my personal time. Not only that, the supervisor was like, "What is you trying to do? Improve your your attendance, because in order to get to the other side, which pays more, you have to have really good attendance. So I'm like, I'm sitting in the office like, that's not a bad idea, because I was trying to get on that side before anyways. So, they got the in-house job postings. And they had one for screw machine. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to apply for that, So when you apply for the jobs on the other side, you had to have great mechanical skill. You have to know blueprint reading. You have to know math. And your attendance have to be good. And you have to, just everything about you has to be good. I'm like, the only thing that was keeping me from being over there was my attendance. So I'm like, okay, when the supervisor talked to me, it's like, not counting the time that I missed, the 3 months that I missed for being out, they don't count that because it's actually medical reasons, disability. But before, after all that, it had been damn near a year since I had great attendance. The only thing that caught me off guard was when I went back to work and I left early that day. That was one occurrence within a year. So I was good. So I was like, I'm gonna put in for this position and see if I can get back there. Although I knew that my back was bad, it was not good, So I took the test. Of course, I aced the math test. I'm just that good. And I took the blueprint reading, which I didn't ace it. I think I got a high 80, almost 90. I'm like, dang, well, that's okay. But they wound up giving the job to somebody who's been back there for a long time and just knew everything. And I was like, okay, you know what, I'm cool. But they was like, no, try again, put in for a different position. Pretty sure that you're gonna get it. So I did. They had a position for CNC milling machine operator, and I did. I put it in. I had to take the test again. I aced the math again, and this time I got a 97 on the blueprint reading. I missed one question. I do have mechanical aptitude because I took architectural drawing in high school, so I knew a little bit about blueprints and stuff like that. But I aced it and I got back there. I'm like, okay, so now I'm back here, I'm doing my thing. My numbers, I already knew that my numbers and everything was gonna be up. They ain't had no problems with me at all. And they like, oh wow, you came back here, you learned really fast. And people was like, dude, you need to take your time, because if you mess up, they're gonna be on you, da 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 da. I'm like, okay, that's what people that don't pay attention to what they do. I'm very detailed and I pay attention to what I do. And I kept it going. My numbers kept going up and being better than anybody. But after a while, it's like, okay, I was doing a little more lifting than the other job that I had previous. And I would go home kind of achy, a little bit achy. So I had, when I get this position, I had got just this past April, April 1st, I had got this position. So that's when I started, I started having more problems because I was moving around a lot more. So eventually, when it came down to it, I did call the neurosurgeon, and I'm like, listen, I really just can't deal with all this pain. The weather contributed to it as well, and still sitting and standing for long periods of time. But the only thing that just kept the pain away was just constantly moving around. And that helped, because it really didn't bother me. I wore my back brace, but it's just that moment when I sit down for 20 minutes to a half an hour and then get up, it's like, oh my God, really. So my back really wasn't keeping me from doing the work, but because the pain was progressing over time and getting worse and getting worse, I just went on and said, I'm gonna do this. And so I had my surgery just this past couple weeks ago. I had it on October 23rd, and I can say that I am not in a lot of pain anymore. I am not limping anymore, but I'm still kind of restricted because I can't do no bending, no twisting, no heavy pulling, and no lifting. And when they did the surgery, they had to cut into my muscle. So at times, my muscle do tense up. So they gave me muscle relaxers for that. And so I'm good. I'm not in no pain. Like, I feel so good. But I still got to take the time off from work and stuff. And I still got to be careful because they said that if I do any of that stuff that I'm not supposed to do, I can re-herniate. And I don't want that. That's a lot of pain. That's something I would not wish on anybody. And that's what happened. And that's one of the reasons why I did go ahead and interlock my locks like ahead of time too. I didn't want to say that at first because I didn't have to explain to anybody. But yeah, because I don't know how long I can actually sit in a chair and just do my hair. Like, knowing that it takes a lot of time for me already. And when I do my hair already, I already sit down for the majority of the time. And so, yeah, that's my story. And I'm sticking to it. Nah, but that's my story from like last year. And so, guys, everything is good. I'm so much better. I just can't wait to finish healing. I'm not gonna rush the process. I'm just gonna let time do what it do, you know, so, and take it from there. And I just want to thank you guys for listening to my story. I'm sorry, I'm not a great storyteller, and I know I'm bouncing around a little bit, but thank you guys. I love you guys. Toodles.